If you're passionate about diving into the serene, immersive tales of ancient civilizations and yearning for a calming escape from the daily rush, you're in the right place. Our channel brings history to life, weaving gentle narratives that transport you to the heart of Rome, the wonders of Egypt, and beyond. By subscribing, you join a community of curious minds, seeking both relaxation and a deeper connection with the past. So hit that subscribe button and let's embark on restful journeys through time together, where stories illuminate the night like stars. On the morning after purchasing the mysterious stone, Nefertiti sat behind her workbench, the gem cradled in her hands like a fragile dream. Late afternoon light streamed through the window, casting intricate patterns on the walls, a reflection of her restless yet determined heart. As she meticulously crafted a new lamp, she imagined how the upcoming festival would hum with life and light. Nefertiti wanted her creation to inspire wonder, a beacon different from the familiar glow of the lighthouse. But the path to that perfect brightness seemed as elusive as a whisper, carried by the wind. Each candle she dipped felt like a small step toward, and yet, away from, the fulfillment she sought, her hands echoing her mind's uncertainty. As dusk fell, the city sank into a tranquil rhythm, the day's hustle fading into murmured conversations. Yet unease tugged at Nefertiti's spirit. That evening, a chill in the air signaled the approach of a storm, heavy with rain. The clouds gathered menacingly over Alexandria, their looming darkness threatening the delicate sanctuary of her workshop. Tensions rose with the wind, stirring loose memories of past rains and the havoc they'd wrought. With each rumble of thunder, she feared the waters might wash away not just her crafts, but her aspirations, leaving behind only fragments of what she dared to hope for. The impending tempest forced a crack in her quiet resilience, pressing upon her the need to find strength beyond her solitary world. As the rain began to cascade over Alexandria, an urgent knock shattered the nighttime silence of Nefertiti's workshop. At her door stood Elios, a fellow craftsman, soaked and breathless. He brought news that the market district, where she sourced her materials, was rapidly flooding. Nefertiti's heart clenched with immediate concern. Without resources, her luminous vision would remain unrealized. The storm's ferocity echoed deep within her spirit, revealing a crossroads she hadn't anticipated. Hindered by the torrent of doubt, Nefertiti hesitated, rooted in the fear of losing everything to nature's whim. Yet Elios's determined glance reminded her she wasn't alone. The community she subtly distanced herself from stood ready to band together against the storm's wrath. Galvanized by this realization, Nefertiti gathered her courage and joined Elios and the neighbors, rushing to protect what could still be salvaged. Their collective effort, buoyed by shared resolve, transformed the small community into a formidable force of resilience under the deluge. As the rain pounded around them, Nefertiti took the lead, channeling her meticulous focus from candles to coordination, ensuring supplies were relocated and damaged paths reinforced. In those tense moments, she caught glimpses of her own potential, a light not just meant to fill lamps, but to guide and uplift those around her. Though the storm persisted, her fears began to dissolve amidst a newfound purpose, each helping hand around her kindling a warmth deeper than mere wax and stone ever could. As dawn approached, the storm's intensity waned, leaving drenched streets and a community exhausted yet bonded. Amid the early quiet, an elder named Lyra, known for her wisdom and calm presence, approached Nefertiti. Lyra had watched the night's events unfold from the shelter of her modest home, observing Nefertiti's quiet leadership. She handed Nefertiti a small, intricately carved talisman, claiming it was a token of strength passed down through generations, explicitly given to those who light the way for others. The talisman, warm and smooth in her hand, seemed to hum with an energy that resonated with the gem she had discovered. Lyra spoke softly of courage and community, her words soothing the remnants of doubt lingering in Nefertiti's heart. Yet, the weight of recent events left Nefertiti hesitant. Could she truly embody the role Lyra entrusted her with? The talisman felt both a comfort and a challenge, a reminder of the knight's resilience and the remaining uncertainty shadowing her path. Still, Lyra's unwavering gaze instilled a budding hope within her, whispering of untapped potential and unseen light. As Nefertiti returned to her workshop, the walls seemed to echo with purpose. The storm's afterglow had cleared the way for a new dawn, yet she remained on the precipice, grappling with the enormity of stepping fully into her newfound role. The talisman swung gently on its cord around her neck, a constant reminder that light, like strength, lives in community and self. Embracing the quiet of her workshop, Neferti held the talisman and the translucent stone close. As morning light kissed the dried streets, she sensed a shift inside, an awakening sparked by Lyra's faith in her. With renewed resolve, she decided it was time to step beyond the confines of her familiar world. Neferti began reimagining her lanterns, meticulously incorporating the stone's unique glow to harness a light that felt as much of the heart as of the flame. Her work transformed into an extension of herself, a testament to her new role as a light-bearer for her community. This leap of faith brought a sense of liberation, but also the burden of heightened expectation, for herself and from those around her, who now saw her as a beacon of resilience. Yet, as she ventured deeper into her craft, unforeseen challenges arose. Materials were scarce due to the storm's aftermath, and new hurdles in design tested her patience and skill. Exposing herself to vulnerability and potential failure weighed heavily on her once the immediate storm had passed. Doubts threatened to resurface, whispering of inadequacy as she faced setbacks. However, Neferti embraced these trials as part of her growth, drawing strength not just from within, but from the bonds fortified during that stormy night. With each hurdle overcome, she discovered new facets of her creativity and leadership. Her journey into the unknown was daunting, yet marked by a resilient spirit and a determination to let her newfound light shine beyond the edges of her workshop, defying any shadow that dared creep back. As the Festival of Light approached, Neferti's sense of purpose was tested like never before. Late one evening, an unexpected accident occurred. Her prized lantern, painstakingly crafted with the translucent stone, was knocked from her workbench, shattering across the floor. The room seemed to echo the sound of breaking glass, and with it, her dreams felt suddenly fragile. Heart-pounding, she sank to her knees, examining the scattered shards through a veil of tears. This lantern was her soul's creation, her embodiment of hope and renewal. The weight of loss pressed upon her, heavy and relentless, blurring the once clear vision she had embraced so fiercely. In the haunting silence that followed, doubts clawed at her heart, each whisper harsher than the last. Was she wrong to step beyond her comfort zone, to think she could be more than just a simple candle maker? The whispers asked if she was fooling herself into believing that her light could change anything when it now lay broken at her feet. Her thoughts spun in a relentless cycle of uncertainty and regret, every ounce of determination she had felt slipping through her fingers like sand. Alone in her darkened workshop, shrouded by the night's shadows, Neferti questioned the very essence of her journey, wondering whether she should abandon her path or muster the strength to begin again. As the first light of dawn filtered into Neferti's workshop, casting gentle rays across the scattered shards, something shifted within her. Among the remnants lay not just the broken lantern, but also the flicker of an idea, a faint whisper urging her to look beyond the surface. Emerging from the shadows, a quiet resolve began to unfurl, delicate, yet steadily growing. She realized that while the lantern, the immediate symbol of her aspirations, lay in pieces, the light it was meant to embody still lived within her. With that understanding, Neferti rose, dusted off her fears, and stood tall. She recognized that true light wasn't bound by any single creation or setback. It was born in perseverance, in the unwavering spirit to continue when all seemed lost. Galvanized by this epiphany, Neferti embraced her tools with renewed vigor, hands steady with purpose. She gathered the broken pieces and set to work crafting a new lantern, one that not only honored her original vision, but was also forged from the resilience she had discovered. Friends and neighbors, sensing her determination, offered support and resources, reaffirming the sense of community that had carried her through the storm. As the Festival of Light drew nearer, Neferti's creations began to take on an ethereal glow, not merely from the stone, but from the light she had sparked within herself. Ready to face the ultimate challenge, she stood on the brink of dawning opportunity, united in spirit with those around her, illuminating the path forward with a brilliance born of both heart and courage. On the eve of the Festival of Light, a final challenge cast a shadow over Neferti's newfound confidence. A rival craftsman, Artemon, renowned but envied for his ostentatious displays, unveiled his latest masterpiece, a blinding array designed to captivate and dominate the festival. The display's sheer size and brilliance threatened to eclipse all others, including Nefertiti's humble lantern. Doubt seeped back into her heart, whispering of inadequacy amidst the looming grandeur. Yet, as she watched the spectacle unfold, Nefertiti grappled with the truth she had uncovered. Her light was not meant to compete, but to connect, to touch hearts in ways that grandiosity could never reach. She realized that while Artemon's creation was a marvel, it lacked the soul that resonated in her work and story. Embracing this revelation, Nefertiti prepared her lantern for the festival, allowing her vulnerabilities to merge with her strength. Under the twilight, amidst the buzz of anticipation, her lantern stood quietly among the exuberant displays. But as night deepened, her creation began to radiate a softer, inviting glow, drawing people in with its warmth and sincerity. The crowd, initially dazzled by Artemon's spectacle, found solace in the light that felt human and heartfelt. Nefertiti's greatest fear had been her light dimming in the shadows of others, yet the truth was transformative. A light true to its essence needed no competition. Her breakthrough came not in overpowering, but in embracing her unique radiance, a light born of community and inner strength, forever changing her and those illuminated by her lantern's gentle embrace. As the festival concluded, the streets of Alexandria became a sea of shimmering lights, each glowing lantern a testament to the city's spirit and resilience. Among them, Nefertiti's creation stood out not for its brilliance, but for its heartwarming glow, a beacon of community and tender strength. The warmth radiating from her lantern wasn't just felt in the light cast upon the surfaces, but in the smiles and softened expressions of those who gathered around it. With each face illuminated, Nefertiti saw reflected back the journey she had taken, the storms weathered, the doubts faced, and the triumph of authenticity. It was a moment of quiet triumph, where her vulnerability had become her strength, her humble light undiminished amidst the festival's grandeur. Returning to her workshop, Nefertiti's surroundings felt familiar, yet transformed. Her past aspirations of personal glory had yielded to a deeper understanding of purpose and connection. The bonds and shared resilience with her neighbors during the storm had crafted within her a new sense of belonging and community. She approached her work with a newfound serenity, embracing each creation as an opportunity to share light and invoke warmth in the hearts of others. Nefertiti's journey from doubt to self-discovery had illuminated more than just the festival. It had rekindled the human spirit within her and her community, leaving ripples of inspiration that would linger long after the lanterns had dimmed. With a peaceful heart, she carried forward the knowledge that true light, no matter its form, is one of unity and inner brilliance, guiding others even through the most quiet corners of life.